People will not always verbalize how influential you are in the passion for your purpose. Onlookers will look and eavesdroppers will listen. But have you noticed how they all tune in when your light is premiering? It's like that last episode that left them with the cliffhanger at the end. And the moment they've all been waiting for is finally here. You are that special sauce that sets you apart from your peers. One encounter with you is like a moment they've never experienced. In this video, we are going to talk about 7 ways you are set apart from the company that you keep in the classroom that you teach. So sit back and relax and enjoy these empowering words of affirmation, especially designed just for you. Welcome back, everyone, to the Empowered Educator channel. I am so grateful for your presence and engagement here. My name is Janine Hogan. I am a 2-time award-winning, 3-time nominee, certified educator in grades K through 5 with a master's degree in teacher leadership and a certificate in diversity literacy. And I'm so grateful to have you here on my channel where we talk everything empowerment and education. In this video, we are going to talk about 7 ways you stand out from your peers. 7 memorable moments about you that keeps your audience intrigued and highly motivated. They imitate you because your style is original and your practicum is worth taking notes over. If any of these ideas or signs resonate with you, I highly encourage you to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more, and share amongst your following. With that, let's go ahead and dig into these 7 signs. First of all, people know big energy when it makes its way into a room, and you have a big presence. Your appearance demands the attention of your onlookers. Even the sneers and the snickers and the whispers have your undivided attention. You're set apart from your peers simply because you come to work dressed to impress. Someone like you takes your elders back down memory lane when they showed up and showed out for work in their waist-snatched vintage, high-waisted skirts, denim, and soft blouses. There may even be a physical feature about yourself that stands out in comparison to others. My best part of me are my lips. Yours might be your ears or your forehead or your eyes, but this is a physical peculiarity that you don't notice about most people that you come into contact with. My lips have always been an iconic feature about myself, and because of that, I embrace my differences with a brighter effect. And this is what sets you apart from your peers. You come to work to make a memorable, lasting impression on your students. That this is what it looks like to represent what you love and what you were chosen to do. Someone like you was never born to be basic, and people are perplexed by your originality because they never thought to be original like that. You have people second guessing and changing up their dress code because you don't fall in line like the rest. When you show up in your pumps, your audience is addressed. The second way you are set apart from your peers and your colleagues is the fact that you have a passion for your purpose. In fact, in the book of Jeremiah, in the 1st chapter, verse number 5, it says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." The Almighty Yahweh designed your path as an empowered educator. He prophesied your purpose before you made your grand appearance on this here earth. You were chosen to edify the youth and awaken them to their original identity. And the Almighty Creator knew that you lead His children in the righteous path of healing and knowing oneself. You see, many were called, but you were chosen. Your position in the classroom is far from just earning a paycheck. No, you are there as a servant to the Most High and to establish purpose for His children. You wake up every day looking forward to enriching the lives of the seeds that the Father has planted. And although there may be ups and downs, you have absolute confidence that the Lord will fight your battles because He says all you have to do is keep still. The third way that you stand out from your peers is the fact that you're in your own world. You're not concerned about whatever drama that is operating in full force around you. In fact, you could care less about some hot tea because you wonder how it would benefit me. In fact, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, 17 through 18, it says, "Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and it displease Him, and He turn away His wrath from him." You have to be careful, as if you were Job, about what you say and what you do unto others, because I have personally seen tables turn and people in powerful positions get humbled real quick. Being in your own world means you are focused, driven. Your eyes are on your own paper, and gossip, lies, deceit, and slander don't do you no good. People get exactly what they give, and you know it's best to stay clear from toxic talk and bad company because you know it'll corrupt your good manners. You may not even have many friends inside of the workforce, but you could care less because if they're not there elevating you, then you know you shouldn't drag around dead weight. The Bible says to love those that hate you, and to bless those that curse you, and to pray for those who despitefully use you. Number 4, the fourth way you are set apart is because you don't use blame shifting to justify poor academic student performance in your classroom. You don't know how many times I've heard certified and licensed professionals blame children for an education they are legally deserving to have. Children are designed to be trained up in the way they should go. So my important question here is, who's doing the training? As a teacher practitioner, you have the ability to self-reflect and analyze the faults of your instruction. We know that curriculum is not perfect, and best practices, although they say they are the best, are not either. But your performance is what students will remember, and a performance is what you leave your kids with. Furthermore, you are not a complainer. Empowered educators and children of the Most High are healers, which means we are naturally fixers and problem solvers. We are solutions-oriented people. Many people come to you and may even appreciate your counsel and your wisdom because you actually make people feel better. Projecting and blame shifting are narcissistic behaviors that you stay far away from because these types of spirits are dark and dangerous. If students need help, you seek the help that they need. If you need help or additional training, you step up and take the PD. But you're well aware that problems are not solved by talking in circles and rejecting good advice, which is another reason you are set apart from your peers. Number 5, you are also set apart from your peers because you let your work speak for itself. It's exceptional beyond the works of your peers. You show them better than you can tell them, as Currency would say. Being in your class and observing is much different than watching a video. People feel a part of your learning space because the culture is inviting to all sorts of diverse learners. You give people goosebumps from the tone in your voice and interest from your passion. Guests don't want to leave this learning environment. Your bulletin boards are filled with student work samples with written and thoughtful feedback from the instructor yourself. and you invite parents to learn with their child in the classroom or to be present at student showcase opportunities. I recently hosted a second grade read-in event with my students, and was the space and opportunity empowering. There wasn't about the author wall of fame where students shared their biographies and everyone that saw it stopped and looked. And that's the type of work that you do. You do work that makes people stop and pay attention. Your work is highly influential, and you inspire more people to do what you do. Number 6, you advocate for your students. You know, growing up in school, I used to always be picked on and teased and bullied. You know, I was never the type to follow someone else, and I never felt the need to be validated by crowding myself around a whole bunch of people. And I always had peers that were very disrespectful towards me, and even some of my least favorite teachers. There would be times where I was cornered or even screamed at because a lot of these teachers hated themselves and they hated the positions that they were in and the children that they were teaching. But in the back of my mind, I always knew I would be a better teacher than some of these individuals ever were. And I knew I could make an impression that these type of people could never give. So growing up in the classroom space, I never felt like I had an advocate. So children that have an advocate is important to me because our children need to feel safe around someone. And you're in that classroom because you are the sanctuary for those students. You don't need to buy their love or to take them here or escort them there. You hold your students to high expectations. And because of that, they have respect for you, nothing but respect of you. I have a no bullying policy in my classroom, and I do not play about apathy or children hurting other children. You know, it's a disservice when you don't speak up for kids, especially the ones that feel like they can't speak up for themselves. When I was a child myself, I was voiceless. I felt like I did not have a voice, and my voice was gone because I was afraid. But I don't fear anymore because Psalms 27 says that the Lord is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? And the Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. You know, my teachers didn't tell me that in my class, but as a child of God, I know it now. And I teach my children the law of the Lord because it is through Him we are divinely protected and saved. You advocate for your students and you allow them to be the child they were designed to be and to learn from their mistakes as well as their life experiences. This is what sets you apart as an empowered educator inside of your learning space. And the final reason for this video, you give your students a sense of belonging and identity, and you recognize them for that. You make your students feel empowered, like they can do anything. And you reward them for their behaviors, for their academics, and for their choices. Even in the midst of mistakes, you accept them for who they are. And you're not afraid to acknowledge that you too make mistakes. You know that we're all human, and human error is common. But there are opportunities we can use those errors to make exceptions. If we continue to unlearn, to relearn, and change our ways, there is hope for a future for all of us. When I see students correct behavior, I myself as an educator acknowledge them in front of the classroom. And it actually encourages more students to be more self-aware. But this is what also sets you apart from your peers, because you can see the gifts that your students have and you allow them to showcase their skills inside of the learning space. Some of those skills might be empathy. Some of those skills might be perseverance, resilience. These are the skills that we want to equip our children to go in so that they will not depart from it. You also reward your students for being who they are and encouraging them to be exactly what Yahweh designed them to be. You know, over this past weekend, 2 of my students were awarded 5 certificates for defining their superpowers in the categories of citizenship, leadership, advocacy, perseverance, and creativity. No other students out of all of the students who were chosen to be honored were honored in all 5 categories except for 2 of my students. And as I come on this video today, I just want to encourage educators like yourself to keep going. You are the difference this world has been waiting for, and you're going to continue to impact lives that need healing and just the right amount of pressure. One of my favorite content creators said, "Pressure will either bust pipes or make diamonds." And published author Monique Morris said, "It's time for our classrooms to be places for healing so that they can be places for learning." As an empowered educator, you were chosen to do this work, and no one else has done it like you. If any of these ideas resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share a personal testament down in the comments below. I look forward to engaging with you all. And if you are interested in coaching, or even if you're seeking a confidant in the profession of teaching, feel free to reach out to me via my website and book a free consultation with me. I thank you all again so much for your presence and engagement here on this channel, and I look forward to engaging down in the comment section with you. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Peace.